When visiting a resident at a dementia unit, it's best to tap into feelings rather than facts. So rather than asking the fact of saying to your mother something like, oh, can you remember me, mum? What's my name? Where she might just like freeze over, lose confidence and just shut down. Rather, if you tap into feelings and say, hi, mum, it's John here, your son, it's great to see you. And chances with that, with those good feelings being extended to her, she'll say, oh, John, it's so lovely to see you. I feel so happy seeing you. How wonderful it is that you're here. And then you can just, keep going with those good feelings throughout the visit and saying something, oh, mum, I just felt that it would be nice for you to have a nice experience today. How would you feel if we went out to have, a nice walk in the sunshine? Oh, yes, that would be lovely, dear. I'd really enjoy that. And so in that way, if you tap into good feelings and good experiences, and the warmth of that relationship will become strong quite naturally, just on the basis of feelings, and you're not having to go through facts and figures and such like, which chances are, present memory being very poor, practically gone with dementia residents, she won't have to be stressed about thinking about. So, so not to ask what she had for breakfast, for example, because, very rarely do dementia residents remember what they've had for breakfast. I've never heard anyone I don't think I've ever heard any dementia residents say what they've had for breakfast or lunch or dinner. Maybe dinner if it's no, not even dinner. So really, that's very much present memory, isn't it? What you've just had for lunch or dinner. So you don't tap into that because it's so weak, that muscle of memory. Anyway, so back to feelings. Your mother, you're there to visit, she's happy to see you. And you're going to have a lovely visit based on those good, warm, positive, strong feelings, and you're going out, for a walk. Okay, mum, so we better get you all sorted. It's a lovely sunny day. You won't need much, just you've got your walking shoes on. Now, would you like to take your walker, or do you want to just hold on to my arm? Oh, just hold on to your arm, John. John, she's remembered your name now because you're repeating it to her now and then so she can recognize an update. Oh, just hold your arm, John. That will be lovely. We can just walk out in the sunshine like that. Now, the advantage of this wonderful experience as you go for a lovely walk with your mother out in the garden, smelling the roses, the advantage of this is that actually, as a visitor, you yourself start to slow down at the pace of the person who has dementia. People with dementia walk slowly, talk slowly, think slowly probably, when they're relaxed, that is. And so you need to slow down your pace to the person. And as people get older, they are of a slower pace. So as you slow down your pace and start to relax, and go outside and enjoy the sunshine and smell the roses, you find yourself that you're getting more and more into the present moment, and the layers of anxiety of the hard work week are starting to fall away from you. And say, for example, with your mother saying, oh, well, John, if we can just stop and smell the roses here, I've always grown roses and I love roses. Yes, mum, you've always been good with growing roses. We always had a fabulous rose garden at the front gate. Your pride and joy, and all the neighbours used to come and admire it. Yes, they did. And I love red roses because they're the ones with the best fragrance usually. Okay, mum, well, we'll go over there and to the roses and let's see if we can find a famous smelling red rose, So then that's a little activity in itself, isn't it? Smelling the roses. And it's very difficult to keep, your mind will automatically slow down when you and relax. Really it will. When you've got the sunshine and the bees and the birds and the roses, that's what it's all about. The birds and the bees, it makes you feel relaxed. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're having a bit of fun in life after a big week. And, you find the red rose. Oh, yes, John, this is a lovely red rose here. Just smell this, dear. So you smell it. And yes, indeed, it's a beautiful fragrance. and you wondered why you hadn't smelt it before. You'd had those red roses in your mother's garden all those years and you never smelt any of them, and now you're smelling it and it's fabulous, that fragrance. Half of woman's perfume. In fact, all the women that you've been smelling lately, sorry, delete that comment. The fragrance that women have in their perfume, that is what roses, that beautiful fragrance of roses is often in that perfume. You're realizing, well, that's a pretty interesting thing anyway, never thought of it. Goodness me. Okay, so not in men's perfume you wouldn't think, but women's perfume, rose fragrance, that fragrance you can recognize from that red rose. It's giving you lots of different memories going on that you hadn't had for some time. Now that's a bit of fun. So anyway, on it goes, and dear Mama, she's enjoying herself. And you're beginning to enjoy it, as a matter of fact. You're thinking, well, actually, I am quite enjoying this. I mean, I haven't slowed down so much for months. So you're beginning to think, maybe I should do this a bit more often. It's good for Mum, and maybe it's good for me as well. Slowing down business. I could do with a bit of that. So anyway, you take Mum back, and she's feeling great. You're feeling great, actually. And you're beginning to think, well, actually, maybe it's not so bad after all here. I mean, there is a bit of carry-on that goes on at the unit, you know that. But for the ones that are settled, they're friendly and smiley and always say at least hi, dear, to you, and that's not bad. So you're now discovering that, you're discovering the ways of being able to go about this in a positive way. It's not as bad as what you thought. Tapping into these feelings and things, and just reminding your mother of your name. And anyway, now that you're going to be visiting more often, which you've decided to do, chances are she'll remember your name more, or at least recognize you, certainly. That's no problem. So anyway, they're all the wonderful techniques. A technique for being able to, tap into the feelings. And also what actually happens is procrastination settles right down. Once you tap into these good quality experiences and good feelings with your visits, you're then more motivated, to come to visit your mother. One good feeling on top of another good feeling gives more good feelings. And so then you want to come. Good experiences, always motivate you. And so in this way, the procrastination disappears out the window because you want to actually come and have a nice time. In fact, if your mother's having cares, you can sit there and have your, Saturday morning cappuccino and read a bit of the paper before she's ready. That's all right. You can do that as well instead of being at the cafe. It all works out. You're having quite a nice time coming on a Saturday morning. So in this way, procrastination flies out the window, good feelings come in, positive practical help, and good feelings all round. So again, the two books, The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit. These are both under the description below at the website www.pietavalentine.com. And the excerpts, the first chapter on each book, you'll find that in the one of the sections of the website under excerpts. That's it, excerpts. You can see all those chapters, or the first chapter of each book. And then under reviews, you can see the videos, the first 20 videos for each book, the practical techniques, which I've also done here early on in YouTube, those early days when we started. And you can listen to those ad-free, which is a big advantage. And these books, as I've mentioned, are a lovely handheld size to put in your purse. Now, the reason why I've actually written these books and made them this thin size is they can go in your purse, or if you're not, or your hand if you're a man, if you haven't got a purse. And you can just go through the techniques and just earmark it or sticky note it or something, or highlight, get the technique, and then you can start, trying the technique. Yeah, chair accessories or bed or whatever it is that you want to sort of work on, highlight it and then work on it while you're at the unit, organize, get the technique, what you're going to do, what equipment you need, if you need anything. And while your mother's finishing her cares, you can go through and read the book and, get all that sorted, the technique sorted. So thank you for your looks and likes. Please subscribe if you're enjoying this channel. It all helps the platform. Thank you.